am not going to back down from something until I complete it. It hit me like a sledgehammer, man. Like, it kind of woke me up.
Awaken the leader inside. Follow the path of leadership. Never give up. Never stop trying. Get up. Believe in yourself. Not every day is going to be easy, but you got to challenge yourself. You need courage. Be ready. Stop waiting for it to happen. Go make it happen. Harness the power within. You were destined to be a leader. Follow the path of leadership. Awaken the leader inside.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name's David. I'm your host here at Awaken the Leader Inside. Hey, thanks guys for tuning in to another episode. And if you're watching on YouTube now, I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out our channel. So today I actually went to a training session this morning, and so don't mind my regular clothes. It's kind of a wear street clothes today, casual clothes today. But I went to this training session for a very specific reason. It was to learn about some new technology we're using and all that stuff, which was great. But at the end, the very, very end of this training, our trainer asked us something and said, hey, we know it's a new year. There's something that, we want each of you guys to think about. And what it was, I want you to think about either one word, possibly two words that you're going to use to keep yourself motivated this year. And so I thought this was really interesting because we've been kind of on this thing about, what would you do differently this year? It's a new year, right? And I've thought about, instantly, I thought about all of 2018. And even though 2018 was a great year, we started new projects, there was so many hardships that I experienced last year that I never really shared with anybody. And a lot of them were just technical stuff, learning new software, learning how to edit, learning how to they're all very technical things. And it was discouraging sometimes. And so even I get discouraged. And so when you're dealing with things, especially of the unknown, and you're experiencing things for the first time, man, it's so easy to be negative and just fall down that rabbit hole and throw your hands up and just go, to hell with this. I don't want to do that. And I think that's why a lot of people aren't successful, is because they're right at the edge where you're kind of at a make or break moment, and, or the crossroads, that's what we call it, right? You're at a moment where whatever you do next is either gonna catapult you forward, or you're just gonna fall back and just say, to hell with this, I'm out of here. And I think that's scary. And so I had so many of these moments, right? But the only thing that I did to keep me motivated was I don't feel good when I give up. And so I was just driven by sheer will. I can't even say it was hey, let's be positive. It was sheer will. I am not going to back down from something until I complete it, until I finish it. And that's kind of what got me through it. Now, I'm going to tell you that was probably one of the most exhausting things I've ever had to do, because I was juggling multiple hats while I was going through it. So this meeting kind of put some things into perspective. I'm like, what two words could I use? So when I hit those moments again, which I will, because every time you take on a new challenge, every time you step into a new arena doing things that you've never done before, is high potential probability you're going to experience that. And you're going to want to retreat, and you're going to want to say I don't know if this is worth it. And it's scary. So those are the things that you're going to be challenged with when you take on new opportunities, or you take on new positions, new roles, and you find yourself in a situation where it's getting tough and you're at your breaking point and you're like, what the hell do I do next? And so let me give you some examples. And I want this to kind of soak in, because it hit me like a sledgehammer, man. It kind of woke me up, and because instantly all these memories flooded back in, but instantly I knew what I chose and what in my heart I'm going to need to choose to keep myself going through the hurdles that I'm about to endure this year. Make no mistake, we are going to continue to plow through like the podcast and now YouTube videos and family channels. So this thing's going to grow for us in my family and t-shirts and other things like that we're working on. So there's a lot in the works. So I know it's going to be hard as hell to balance that this year. But here's some examples that I want you to think about. And I want you to think about maybe two words that are going to define what you need to focus on this year. And it's going to be a word that's going to trigger that need to succeed and that need to not give up. Okay. One of the ones that I heard today was balance. And no matter what, and you will continue to hear me say this, no matter what, if you're a leader, it is going to affect you in your work life and in your personal life. Leadership has this weird, ability to absorb you in and kind of digest you sometimes in a bad way, where it can pull you into like being obsessed about doing things for your career. And it could leave, you possibly not putting energy into your personal life, your family, your children. And so there's this talk about balance. And as a leadership, like I've said before, it is going to impact every aspect of your life. So when you overcommit to something in your career, chances are it's going to affect your personal life and you may lose things, which I have lost things in my life pursuing career, meaning relationships in my life, pursuing a career because I put that first. And at the end of the day, when my career ended with those companies, it was like, bye, have a good day, see you later. And I think about everything I sacrificed and was it worth it? That's the question that you're going to have to figure out in your own life. But at the end of the day, finding balance is something that you can use when you're struggling, using that phrase, using that word, kind of like that small, not even small, that voice in your head that's going to keep you motivated, right? Another one was positive, be positive, right? So that's kind of, I hear that a lot and it's very difficult to do, but if that is a word that you choose, like when things get hard, I'm going to have to tell myself, be positive, stay focused, be positive, and let's just ride the wave. Another one was motivated. I think that one gets tossed around a lot, but if personally, I mean, it's a great word, but personally, it's understanding what motivates you, because everyone can be motivated, but understanding exactly what you need to be motivated and then recalling that in those difficult times, those hard times, what you're fighting for. That's kind of, to me, motivation is about understanding what you're fighting for. I had some people mention patience. I'm going to tell you, man, patience was like the last thing I learned as a leader. And you kind of wonder, like, how could you? It was not on the radar for me early in my career because it was about results. It was about driving processes and things like that. It wasn't about the people side of the business. That's what patience really is. It's understanding the people side of the business and how to kind of bend when you need to and when times you don't, but showing and demonstrating patience to your team, to your customers, to anyone that's going to be influenced by you or your company. Patience is a big one, right? Being fearless, being grateful. I thought that was very, very humbling. I am very big on understanding and being committed to being grateful for my team, for the people that I work with, and understanding that they're working just as hard as I am, even on bad days, which we all have bad days. I don't think anybody intentionally shows up to work to do a bad job. That's just not realistic. Those people, they quit. They don't show up anymore. But if you're in that kind of situation, then, you kind of need to know, like, demonstrate some patience. Another one that someone mentioned was being confident. I think that's important as well, that you stay confident in what you're doing as you learn, and to navigate through your career or navigate through it, staying positive. Another one someone put was family. And that goes back to finding that balance, is that if you have made your career more important than your family, it's never too late. Trust me, what I'm going through right now was a choice I made because of my family, that I chose to leave and start over with a new career. So let me share with you the word that I chose. Or it's actually two words that I chose. And I think about everything that I've gone through in my career. I think about all the hardships. I think about last year. Actually, the last 2 years has probably been the most difficult as I started this podcast and we started looking at, you know, the YouTube channel and the family stuff. I really had a hard time doing it. Like as comfortable as you may think I am in doing this, in the beginning I wasn't, especially with video. I was very uncomfortable with, and it was just something that I had to kind of get over. But the words that I chose for this year is be brave. There's a lot kind of underlying with that for me, is because it is scary as hell to do things that you've never done before. And I'm documenting everything that we're going through, utilizing this podcast and the other videos to document this is my journey. This has been my personal journey that you guys are experiencing. And I share a lot of stuff that happens to me, and some stuff I don't because it's difficult. But for the most part, I say I share like 95%. Now, there's always those deep, dark moments where I feel like I want to give up. And that's why I took a break and all that stuff to recharge. But I know that this year we are about to embark on a journey with a lot of energy and figuring out how do we balance all of this. Hey guys, sorry for that interruption. It looks like, yesterday my camera died, and, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm wearing different clothes today because the audio and my camera just died for some reason, unexpectedly, which I thought was strange. But by the time I came out of work, it was too late to finish it, and it was dark outside, and, I just didn't want to do it that. And you'll notice now I have a cold. So, it is what it is. But I just wanted to finish with this one final note for you guys. Knowing what you're fighting for is so extremely important. But I think what's more important is when you're in those moments that you want to give up, when you're in those moments where you have doubt, you got to rely on that inner voice. And I know we rely on exterior motivation and videos and all that. That's all great because we all need that. But the one that truly matters is the voice that you have within. The voice that's going to tell you, don't give up. The voice that's going to tell you, be brave. The voice that's going to tell you, keep fighting. Just one more day. Just keep fighting. That voice is so important to getting to success and getting to the next stage in your career or life or whatever. Just kind of getting through the hurdles. It's that inner voice that you need to find success. And I can tell you there's so many times in my life where if it wasn't for that inner voice telling me, dude, don't give up. Dude, you're not a quitter. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. If it wasn't for that little voice inside, I probably would have said to hell with this because this is too hard. Being a leader is too hard, And so I think we all feel that. And so coming up with that word or two words this year can be the thing that catapults you to the next level, that catapults you to like switch the gear into a gear you've never been before at a pace that you've never been before. So I want you guys to come up with those words or word, and I want you to share them with me. You can share them via social media, and all that good stuff, or via email, David@Awaken Leader Inside. And, I'm just curious what you will use to keep you motivated, to keep you inspired, and to help you reach your goals this year. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. I appreciate it. I apologize for me ending this episode with a cold. I know I sound congested. And I just want to tell you, I appreciate that you guys follow my journey. I appreciate all the feedback. And always remember to awaken the leader inside. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much.
Make sure you hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell on the top, right? Now it's time to get to work and let's make it happen.